Attention campers, it's your counselor Zachariah, and I'm hitting the road with my brand new live comedy show, the 2025 Big Back Behavior Tour. From the mind of your favorite husky-wearing big-boned baddie, it's going to be a night of stand-up, storytelling, character sketches, wigs, unhinged fun, and yes, my incredibly talented boyfriend, Counselor Jonathan, will be opening the show. So come through and kick your little feet, laugh with us, and you better be barking. And we'll be heading to the following cities: Las Vegas, Nevada on October 3rd, Nashville, Tennessee on October 16th, Kansas City, Missouri on October 17th, Chicago, Illinois on October 18th, New York City on November 2nd, Salt Lake City, Utah on November 4th, Portland, Oregon on November 6th, and more cities will be announced very, very soon. Click the link in the show notes to grab your tickets before they sell out. I'll see you there, hotties.
Have you ever canoed down a babbling brook?
No, but I have cried at a Taco Bell.
Oh, same thing. Listen up, campers.
It's time to buckle up, pitch a tent, and take a hike.
Because Camp Counselors is a variety show.
So prepare for a good old-fashioned kumbaya,
Weird news,
hot gossip,
and scary stories around the campfire.
so spooky.
Is this podcast even about camping?
No, but it is camp. This is Camp Counselors.
Hey, happy campers.
Welcome back to Camp Shady Birch.
It is week 150 here at camp.
150.
It's about how many weeks it takes for an elephant to give birth.
Did you look that up?
No, I should have looked up exactly what is 150 weeks that we could relate this to.
I think that sounded so real, but I know you're a liar.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely a liar.
I can't believe you've been around for 150 weeks. Longer than that because we take some weeks off for the holidays.
Yeah. Never enough, though. Never enough.
We got to keep the children fed.
No, we do. And we certainly do. And you guys are eating good today.
We have a lot to talk about.
So, campers, Zach and I just went on our first joint bachelorette trip.
You've done so many. I've done so many independently. We're just at that age. I'm 30. Jonathan's 46. And this just happens when you get older. People are just getting married left and right. And what's next? Babies, inevitably. But we went on a bachelorette trip to the Poconos. Again, how does it feel to go back just 5 days later?
Feels good. It's like, oh, wow, the mountains are still right where I left them.
How far was where we were this time to where you were with your cousin?
It was like an hour south.
And this was your cousin's fiance, Gab's batch.
It was Gab's bachelorette, Mark's fiance.
Yeah, you got to say that because they don't know these people.
Right. So the one that I went on 2 weeks ago, the bachelor trip, I did boy version. Now we did girl version.
Girls are better.
Girls are better. Girls know how to party. Girls drink less and make less of a mess. I'll say that.
Yeah,
that's what I've experienced.
Cleaner but less alcohol.
I was definitely doing like a little analysis in my head of things that were occurring during the bachelorette trip versus the bachelor trip.
Well, we should get right into kind of the big dirty elephant in the room.
Nasty, dirty, diseased elephant in the room. So the last house I was at was in the mountaintop. This one was a lake house right up against the lake. We were so excited. I was like, can't wait to dip a toe. I'm going to go out in my confession canoe. I'm going to tell all the girls all my secrets. But then we get a group text.
No lake for the fags and the girls because the lake was infested with E. coli.
And to me, as someone who doesn't run an Airbnb, I would, as an Airbnb host, let people know before booking because I thought this was an immediate thing. I thought that this was like, oh my God, she just went down with her little test tube. This is how it went in my head. She ran down with her test tube. She stuck it under a microscope and she said, oh my God, this is so terrible that it's about to happen. However, this situation has been going on for months.
Yeah, since like July, they've had like a big E. coli issue, which that honestly happens with most lakes. I think when there's a lot of rain in the spring and the summer, that just causes bacteria to grow in lakes. So like, I'm not a stranger to lakes being shut down because of E. coli, but it was a little bit of a bummer because we did want to get into that canoe.
I think strategically, the Airbnb owner waited until she knew that we would be shit out of luck.
True.
To try to get 11 women into a house 2 days before we went. No, it was the day before we went. It was like less than 24 hours.
Yeah, her consolation gift to us was $400 off refunded, which I think she could have done more. But like at the end of the day, like 2 days out, no time to stress. only time to vibe.
No, only time of vibe. We're like, okay, what are we going to do? Some of the girls wanted to go to a water park. Campers, if you didn't know, I hate water parks. It's just not my vibe. Zach loves them, but I didn't want to do that with kids screaming everywhere. But where the house was, there was like a little community pool nearby. So we said, okay, like, let's just do that. Okay, like, I just want to dip a toe because it was hot out. So we walk our tight little asses over there. And I didn't know that we were going to the world's strictest pool.
It was, oh my God. It's like, what is all the joy and fun of a pool and then take all of that out of it?
No music. They weren't playing music. No splashing. Okay. No running, obviously. No drinks. No food. I'm sorry. How are you going to say, like, if I'm a diabetic, which I'm not, but if I was, I am insulted on behalf of the diabetes community.
I was sneaking alcohol. I didn't care.
No, I know. But anytime that I had cups, and when I pulled the one cup out, all of the lifeguards shot their eyes over to me. And the lifeguards were wearing socks.
I'm like, you're 16 years old. Like, go on Snapchat and leave me the fuck alone, okay? I'm double your age and honestly double your size. And if you want someone to drown, I will drown on your watch and I'll die. And then you'll have that on your conscience.
Yeah,
okay?
How that feel?
So go watch the kids not drown in the splash pad and get away from me with my sun cruiser, okay? I'm not your problem, but I will be if you keep it up.
There was also this woman, she was like the mayor of Poolville, and she had a pink visor on. And before we walked in, Zachariah is like waving. He's like, yoo-hoo, hi. You literally said, hi, ladies.
If you want to look at me, I'm going to give you something to look at. Like, if people turn their heads at me in a condescending old lady way, the first thing I'm going to do is go, hi, how are you? You want to talk? You got something to say with your bad attitude and your leather chest? Say it with your chest, mama.
She was so rude from the jump. We were walking behind her, like on the outside of the pool, and she turned around. She turned her back to you so fast when you said, hi, ladies. She was like, I'm over this. Also, this is like kind of homophobic area was where this was taking place.
You can't always think everything's
Babe,
homophobic.
well,
she didn't call you a fag, so how can you just assume it was homophobia?
So the girls, because again, there's like how many girls? 9 girls, I think.
9 girls, 1 cup.
9 girls, 2 gays. Now that is a TV show I would binge. So while you and I are in the pool with 2 of the other girls, everybody else is sitting out on chairs, and this woman sends over her little minion. What do they call them? Her little hack, her handyman, and basically he's being weird and creepy towards these girls. So my ears are perking, obviously. I'm like, what is this man saying? He lied. He said he's 47. He's absolutely in his 60s.
That man said he was 47. I said, what, were you born in 1947? What the fuck are you talking about?
No, he was
If that's 47, then God save us all.
And of course, his opening line to get the girls to start talking and really swoon over him is to say, oh, we've got 9 beautiful women here and 2 guys. What's up with that?
I'm like, oh, so your lead into like talking to these women is a homophobic joke against us?
Oh, and then he was just straight up homophobic. Because
yeah, he was.
He didn't say a single thing to me, nor you. And then he told the girls, he's like, no, I don't. What did he say? He didn't say, I don't go that way. He's like, I don't like that. I'm not into that. I just don't understand why you would live your life that way, is what he said verbatim to them.
I'm like, I don't understand your rotting teeth or your lack of a 401k, but that's your choice, baby. Good luck.
All while this is happening in the 3-foot pool that nobody's drowning in, Little Miss Pink Visor is sitting
Pink
across
Visor's
the way.
also chest was the color of her visor.
She needed to reapply.
She was almost purple.
And she's pointing with her foot. She was pointing at us with her nasty foot.
LaReau Pose and get her some sort of skincare treatment because it was chemical and medical.
Too kind of you. But she's sitting there grilling us with her eyeballs, just staring, observing, taking notes about where we are, they're like asking where we're staying and all this shit. I'm like, shut up. Like, go back
when
to the
you're
hole.
When you're old enough that if you broke a bone and that would change the trajectory of your life, don't come at me crazy, okay? You're too old. Because one like stiff arm against you and you fall on that hip, you're never living a life again.
Drink your Ovaltine, granny.
Also, too, I kind of gave like, this is like a really kind of like hot take here, but it was almost giving like trafficking vibes. Like she was like the matriarch and she was like, go get me those ladies.
And it could have been. We don't know.
It's Poconos. It's a question of the Poconos.
No. So that was annoying and I wanted to get drunk. So we left.
You know what's crazy though? Because it does sound like, oh, that sounds like it sucks. But though it didn't though, because like the one thing that me and Jonathan crave is narrative and storyline. Like something has to happen for us to be able to like enjoy ourselves. So even though that sounds negative, in our minds, we're like, oh no, like there was a plot.
Yeah, there was a plot. We're going to talk about it on the podcast.
There was a shared enemy. There was tension. There was questions. So I feel like it could have been boring if that didn't happen. But you know what I thought was really interesting? There was a house next to us because this lake house, it's all kind of like vacation homes. And there was another giant house inside of us that had like a kind of almost like a family reunion kind of vibe. And they were in the lake the entire time. And the rest of the girls got there the day before we did. We had to stay back in Mass to kind of actually do the podcast and get some other work done. But apparently the night before, Gab had told that family, she was like, oh, just so you guys know, like, I see you guys in the kayaks, like, there's E. coli in the lake. And they got super defensive and they were like, we didn't hear that. So I don't know where you heard that, but we're getting in the lake. And then we had some people that were of the medical field in our group, and they were saying that, like, if you ingest E. coli or gets in a cut or something like that, it can take like up to 10 days to like give side effects. So like, just because they went in the day before and they felt fine doesn't mean they didn't get it. So I almost wish we would have like taped an air tag to one of them to see how many times they went to the bathroom this week, because I fear that the people next to us did get E. coli and they just were like, they didn't want to ruin their vacation. So they're like, I would rather be ignorant and enjoy myself than worry about the E. coli. And you know what? Maybe they were right. There was plenty of other people on the lake too. So I don't really know. No one was really swimming in it. Most people were in like kayaks.
A raft of a sort.
But you guys know when you're on that confession canoe here at camp, one quick misturn of that oar, you're getting a mouthful of lake water. And one thing about our lake here at Camp Shady Birch, it always says E. coli. And you guys sign a waiver when you get here, and you guys go on the blob, and you always go back home skinnier. So it's like, just take that as a win. But we weren't going to test it out because we knew that we'd have shows in Florida.
Yeah, we'd be literally shitting on a plane and going into the Orlando airport.
I would rather shit on a plane and be panicked then than be in the middle of my mom character on stage. It's like, excuse me. And then trying to find the green room.
No, and your mic is still on. The guy's scrambling in the back to turn your mic off. And it's like, the mic is still on. The mic is still on.
And you go out there and you're like, what's up with airplane food?
Yeah, and then I'll have to stall for like a solid 45.
Yeah, that was crazy though. So pools kind of, the lake couldn't, you know what I mean? But the vibes are high.
And then we're walking back and a man pulls up, a scary man, and he pulls up and he's just like, are you going right at the end of the street or left? What a weird question to ask people walking along the street.
Scary question.
And then he asked again, and I think some of the girls were a little too like willy-nilly to give our exact location. And then he clarified the reason he was saying that was because there is a bear walking around.
A 3 p.m. bear.
A 3 p.m. bear. And I'm like, yeah, freaking right. He probably just wants to break into the house and take our goodies, you know, and take our silver spoons and everything that we brought. But we walk up to the house, Ambers. And this is the place. This is the kind of place where the trash barrels, the trash bins, receptacles have like locks on them and like a bungee cord, not a bungee cord, but the metal ones, right? Like a chain, like a bike lock, essentially. Our trash can was knocked over, and a bear had ripped through the chain thing and had busted the side of the trash can to pull out all of the Chipotle that the girls had had the night before. Now there's Chipotle strewn about. There's napkins everywhere. He was eating the bottom of the Sofritas burrito bowl, and I'm sure he was shitting in the woods.
All at 3 p.m. So this was a very ballsy bear. A bear at 3 p.m.? Like, is that just unheard of in anyone else's opinion?
I think that they were just really used to
people
because the deer were like hanging out too, but the deer were skinny. I was like, oh my God, maybe they did have E. coli because you could see all their ribs and everything. I was like, that or mad cow disease. I don't know.
I didn't notice that at all.
Yeah, they were skinny.
Oh my God, so the deer got E. coli?
They could have, but they were hanging out too and they didn't give a fuck.
The bear has a tapeworm from the E. coli and he's so freaking hungry and he's like, I need Chipotle, I need Chipotle, I need Chipotle.
He needs something to just cleanse the palate.
Yeah, there was trash everywhere. So the bear, we had just missed the bear by sheer moments, apparently. It's crazy. If we would have stayed back, we would have seen the bear.
I woke up in the middle of the night to one of the girls going down the hallway to the bathroom. And in my head, my immediate thought was, oh my God, the bear's in the house using the bathroom.
Oh, you were up? I was knocked out.
No, it was up. It was scary. It was spooky.
Well, the night of the bear attack was also my favorite night of the trip because yes, we did once again order from Hibachi to go. So if you remember last year, campers, some of you remember my story of Chef Boom Boom and how all the girls were on mushrooms tripping out and I didn't take the mushrooms, but we had a hibachi chef come to our house in P-Town and do a private dinner for my friend Desiree's bachelorette trip. And it was the time of my life and I loved it so much. So when Gab told us about this bachelorette, probably like last fall, I looked at Jonathan and I said, oh my God, fresh on my mind, fresh on the dome. I'm jonesing to have this hibachi company come again. They're like the best in the world. It's called Hibachi to You. If you're on the East Coast, they'll come to you. So we contacted him. Like Jonathan set it up this time. He contacted our chef. This time we didn't get Chef Boom Boom. There was some miscommunication on my Instagram post. That was not Chef Boom Boom. This was Chef Coco. And it just goes to show you that it doesn't matter what chef you get from this company. They're all born feral. They're all freaks of nature. They're all essentially, like in my mind, like Academy Award winning actors and performers, because the way they deliver ambiance, life, and electricity should be studied. It was once again electric. Electric is the only word.
Was Chef Boom Boom that drunk? Like, did he drink?
Yeah, Chef Boom Boom was really drunk. Chef Boom Boom also had a slight speech impediment. I don't know if I talked about this last time, but Kira couldn't understand what he was saying. And Kira came in the house and said, oh my God, he's deaf last year. And then I went outside to talk to him. I said, Kira, he has an accent, but he's not deaf. Kira's a liar.
She'll have one nugget of information, turn it into a fact and spew.
She didn't understand one thing he said, and she goes, oh, the man's deaf. I'm like, Kira, stop. But Chef Coco definitely was easier to communicate with and was a sleeper hit because Chef Boom Boom came in like kind of rowdy, wild from the jump. But as soon as the party started, Coco went in crazy mode.
He really did.
Drank so much, but I think I drank more.
You drank? I think all the girls. You definitely drank a lot. But I think if we're measuring per liter per capita, I would say Gab. Gab definitely got targeted with the shot skis.
No, I drank more than Gab. Gab's just lighter than me, and she got drunk.
That's what I'm saying. That's per capita.
I was like guzzling the nozzle. Me and Coco almost kissed.
You guys almost said you were having an intimate moment. I kept saying, I think we found our third. He was so cool. And also there were pregnant women who were on this trip. And for the Prego Egos, he had a baby bottle that just had purified water in it. So he could, like, he's spraying the sake. And well, I did, because I'm sure it was. It's not from the lake, I'll tell you that much. He was shooting the sake water gun into everybody's face, and he was including the pregnant women and those who choose not to drink as well with the water. However, I did not partake because I don't like that. But when he brought the Brita filter out, I said, remove the filter, and he gave it to me that way. Why don't you
like a water gun in your face? What about it is because you were like, the thing is this is what cameras don't know about Jonathan. If Jonathan says no, the answer is no.
And if you push me one more time,
I will
Teresa Giudice. I don't care if it makes everybody feel awkward. I gave my answer because they were also calling me up to do the egg thing. Here's the thing. I had also we drove that whole way, and then I had just driven 40 minutes one way and then back another 40 minutes to drop somebody off.
On the spot.
So I was tired. I was like, God damn it. I just want to fucking sit for a goddamn minute. And I don't need the sake sprayed in my mouth just yet. When I'm ready, I'll let you know. I appreciate it. So I wasn't yelling at Chef Coco, Chef Boom Boom. It was everybody else at the table who was trying to get me to get up and do the egg trick, which you did. And you did fantastically.
I'm a performer. I honestly looked around the room because it was so kind of new, and I hadn't seen the girls get freaky yet. And I said, somebody has to step up and get wild, because if one person's wild, then everyone else will. And everyone was being so coy, and I knew that this was my idea. So I was like, I'm going to step up and be a freak and kind of put myself on blast a little bit because A, I love that, B, I'm a ham, and C, somebody's got to.
And then April gets up there. She can't do the hat. You have to flip an egg into a hat. I didn't know that it wasn't an egg that we weren't actually using to prepare a meal. It was like a wooden egg. But then April's like, give me a real egg so I can crack it on the spatula, because her husband Michael had done it and I watched it happen on FaceTime. That was crazy. But it did just crack on the ground, and we were down an egg.
Yeah, we were down an egg for the fried rice. But the food at Hibachi is
so good.
Fresh. Once again, campers, if you haven't been to Hibachi in a while, get the girls together, get the family, get the kids. It doesn't matter what age you are. I love watching babies watch the Onion Volcano. They always scream. Everyone, it's really like a place for the world to come together at a Hibachi, girl.
It really is. But if you're going to use, so not sponsored, but it's Hibachi, the number 2, the letter U.com. They do like basically almost all of the East Coast. I don't know how far inland that they go.
But there's probably other companies like near you, and just like go on TikTok and search the company. I'm sure you'll see a video.
But if you do this company, just be prepared to text your order in. Had you not done it twice before, I would have thought it was a weird, sketchy company because it was cash only. There was no deposit, which I thought was weird because I'm like, well, what if somebody backs out? Not that we would, but there was no deposit, and you also have to literally text everybody's orders through like a WhatsApp app.
Yeah, it's just kind of the way they do it. And you know what? You gotta trust them, because twice, and I can't even pick a favorite. I really can't.
That was going to be my next question.
Anytime I have sake and sauteed steak and chicken with yum yum sauce, and someone's clapping and shouting and doing magic tricks in front of me, like, what more can the human want?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Truly.
God.
And then he peeled out of there. I thought he was going to hit the car. He didn't. He didn't.
See, that's where we're going to stop this narrative. We're not going to accuse them of drinking and driving.
Okay. That's fair.
The next day we weren't driving, but we were drinking.
Hey.
Where did we go?
We went to the winery. And I said, you know what? I think this would be a great opportunity for all of us to get in a giant bucket and just stomp some grapes together, which they didn't offer. But where do they offer that? I want to do that so bad.
My feet stink.
Yeah, no, I don't want athlete's foot in my Pinot Noir.
I don't want my feet in it. I just want to do it. I don't want to drink it after. Just waste the grapes.
I don't think they do that anymore. I'll wear cleats. I can't breathe.
That's my girl. That was like the first YouTube video ever in my mind.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. So we go to this winery. It's called Blue Ridge Estate and Winery. And it's gorgeous.
It actually was really nice. Like,
it was.
Really, like, overwhelmingly pretty and like classy.
It was really nice. Great views, great company. 1.5 million other bachelorette parties there. And with our bachelorette party, we didn't do the sashes. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, we didn't have anything that screamed like we're more than just a bunch of girls. We're a bunch of girls getting this girl to the altar.
There wasn't like, we had our themed dinner the night before, so that we didn't look like cohesive in that sense. I agree.
Right. But there were a lot of people who were there that were of the source.
We met some campers.
And there was a group in particular that really grinded my gears. Should have saved that for my take a hike. What was your first impression of that group of girls at the bottom of the stairs?
I thought they were fine. I thought they were all in black. The bride was in white, a classic trope, nothing against it. They seemed rowdy. They seemed fun. I said, let girls be girls and let girls celebrate the way they want to celebrate. I had no problems with them until they came for my man.
They were doing a scavenger hunt. And from their seats, they were screaming at everybody walking by, is their name Tim? Is their name Tim? I think they had to check off a box to meet somebody named Tim, or maybe take a picture with them or something. I don't know. So I was like, okay, they're having fun. They're getting rowdy. Walk past them. And then they're walking around to tables doing their scavenger hunt. But now, to me, that becomes annoying in a sense that, okay, now, yes, it can be fun in games, but like if someone doesn't have something that they can't offer you, go on, like move on to the next, you don't have to hang around because everybody's like blacked out. Okay. And then you're involving pretty much everybody at this winery, which was massive, to be like, this is me, this is my day. So I'm taking away from your time and conversation to make this about me.
You're not the first person to get married, honey. And like, you want to have fun and play your game. That's cool. But you don't have to enter everyone's space blackout drunk, mind you, it's 2 p.m. and be like slurring your words and being combative because no one wants to play your I don't care about your wedding, babe. I don't care about you. I've never met you before. So don't give me an attitude, and don't give my man an attitude.
She asked for my socks and I said no. And then this one girl, she asked again. This wasn't the bride. It was somebody else. And she was like clearly wasted. And I was being polite. I was like, oh no. She's like, just take your socks off. I was like, I'm not giving you my socks. Like, I'm simply not doing that. I'm not walking around the rest of the hot day straight in my shoe, barefoot, so you can check something off your list and go about your day feeling great about yourself. I didn't say that to her, but I just said no. And then I said no 3 times. And then I said, I can't do that. She said, no, you can do that. You don't want to do that because you're a fucking lame ass. So I called her and I shouldn't have done it, but I did.
Yeah, the way that she said that to you, I almost like wanted to go over there and but
No,
she
you
was
can't
built
do
like a
that.
linebacker, so maybe I could have.
No, now we're getting rude. We're just reliving it. But
I am good on my podcast, on my platform. If I see that bitch again, I'll send one of my friends and knock her the fuck out. That was so out of pocket. I don't care if
she literally like came into our space because it was a chair.
Oh
it
my
was
God,
like chairs in a
couldn't.
circle, and she like entered it and was like screaming at me. I was like, nobody asked you to be here. I said politely no 3 times. Then campers were doing a group picture a little bit further down the hill, and these 2 lovely ladies came up and they were taking the picture for us. Who comes along? The entire clan.
The dumpy girls.
Oh my God, they come over and they start screaming, jump in front of the camera where they're taking pictures, and then start talking to these girls trying to get
their scavenger hunt thing again.
And I screamed. I'm like,
it was targeted.
And then I screamed. And then people turned their heads, but I didn't care. I was like, ladies, we're taking a picture. Are you fucking kidding me?
They were just doing it because you said no to the socks and they saw us getting a photo taken and they wanted to ruin it.
Well,
but you know what though? Their genetics ruin their lives. So that's on that.
I would push her an E. coli lake.
No, it's just like I'll go to bat for myself every day, but for you and watching you get disrespected like that.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna say anything nice about those women because they were not nice women.
They were not. They were evil
but
queens.
Once again, way to have a story for the pod.
No, it really was. It really was. Suffice us to say, it was a good trip overall. I had a hootin' and hollering good time.
I was wasted the first night, and then on winery day, you were wasted that night. You were bullying all the girls in our bachelorette trip around the fire, trying to get them to be rowdy and say crazy things. And everyone was like, okay, Jonathan.
I said, no. Okay, so here's what I said. I was like, okay, let's play Hear Me Out. You know, basically like, here's a hot person who's not conventionally hot or like a cartoon character that's always been hot. Like that's my hall pass. Hear me out. You know, I feel like everybody knows what that is if you're on TikTok. So we're going around and people are just naming like hot cartoons that they liked as a kid. I'm like, you guys are playing it wrong. So I said, hear me out, the vacuum from the Brave Little Toaster. Quiet. Now, a lot of these girls I didn't know, and a lot of them did not understand my sense of humor and the fact that I was being dead ass serious. I said, this is the type of game that I want to play. If you don't want to play, we can end it here. But you all are trying to play, and I don't need anybody saying Uncle Jesse.
No, you like a Burt Reynolds appliance, and you've always have.
A Burt Reynolds appliance is one of the best ways you could have put that because it is dead as a Burt Reynolds appliance. Exactly. Amen. Camp counselors will be right back after these short messages. This episode is brought to you in part by Liquid IV. So here's the deal, campers. My brain, it's still in pool noodle mode, okay? But my calendar, she is in full back to school mode. Ugh, as if. That's why I have been reaching for Liquid IV's new energy multiplier, sugar-free hydrating energy. Lately, it has been the only thing helping me transition from summer shenanigans to fall productivity without the crash. No jitters, no sugar, just clean hydration and energy that actually lasts. You already know the deal. Just one stick mixed with 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone, thanks to their Live Hydroscience blend. That means optimized electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn my boring water into extraordinary hydration. We're talking support for energy, focus, mood, and even social stamina. Plus, it's vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, soy-free, and delicious. I keep a couple of sticks right at my desk because they're so easy. Tear, pour, and suddenly I'm back in the game. My current favorite is the Lemon Ginger Hydration Multiplier Plus Energy. It gives me such a boost of energy and it tastes so good. Ditch the glitch with zero sugar and zero crash from Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first order with code CAMP at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code CAMP at liquidiv.com. This episode is brought to you in part by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it. So your dollar goes a long way. Visit progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations. And now, back to the show.
Attention campers, please meet at the old flagpole under the tall pine for morning announcements. Welcome back to Morning Announcements, campers. This is the part of the show where we read news articles to you that you might have missed, that we want you to spread like wildfire. Counselor Jonathan, what is your news article of the week?
Oh, baby. What is my news article? Okay, here we go. Okay, this is a good one. I could not believe this. I stopped mid-scroll. I said, this is my article. This is coming from EuroNews, and it's by Katarzyna-Maria Skiba, and it's titled, Estonia stages Romeo and Juliet using giant trucks instead of actors.
Okay, are there words?
Let me get into it. In a limestone quarry just outside of Tallinn, Estonia, Shakespeare's famous lovers have been reimagined, not by actors in tights or ruffled collars, but by a fleet of trucks, buses, and excavators. So it's this theater production company called Kino Theater, and they opened this space that was in not roomy, it's RUMMU, Rumu quarry, and they basically made the stage for everybody to come and sit down and watch Romeo and Juliet played out by Tonka trucks, essentially. So rather than dialogue, the story is told through choreography of vehicles. Rallying trucks circle each other in scenes with duels, excavators clashing their rocky appendages like swords, and cement mixers painted with hearts across the scene. They kind of like just drove around the scene like while the love scenes were happening. It took them a little bit to get there, but there's video of it and it's truly crazy.
Are there words?
No, nobody speaks.
So you just have to know.
No, I'm going to get into it in 1 second. So Romeo is played by a rugged rally truck, while Juliet, she is played
by a Mazda Miata.
By a red Ford pickup truck. She's
Cute.
so teensy. So the romance, once again, is conveyed with no words, but by headlights dimming shyly instead of blinking and, being coy.
Yeah, this is intense.
I know. So the scenes of forbidden love play out with their bumpers nearly touching and mechanical movements that somewhat manage to feel tender. The Montagues and the Capulets become the Motorettis and the Carburettis. That's funny. Sworn rivals in this ballet of gears and hydraulics. So they do have a soundtrack. They are playing music while things are happening. It's mostly classical. However, the Cardigans' Love Fool pipes in during the young lovers' stolen moments. You know that one? Love me, say that you love me. Yes.
How long is this?
I don't know. It didn't say the runtime on this. I can't imagine that there's an intermission, or maybe there has to be.
They're like gas.
That was funny. Okay, so this odd take on the classic tragedy ends up being very popular. Very popular around the Estoners. So the director, his name is Paavo Pike, and he was candid about the play. He said his vision for this isn't to sell commercial construction, because that's what I thought it was. I was picturing like a rodeo of like, it's silly, it's going to grab a headline and people are going to want to buy like whatever, a DeWalt. I don't know, is that a brand of excavators?
Tobacco?
Well, yeah, I'm thinking like, okay, this is what they're trying to sell. It's like, free press when people start writing up about it because it's something absurd. But he said that this isn't about that. It's not about getting shock value out of headlines. For him, the play itself is a human experiment on the audience. He said it's a test of whether machines, objects that we usually see as cold and impersonal, can carry and evoke emotion out of the human onlookers.
Yeah, we have the movie Cars from Pixar.
It's so true. But those cars talk, these ones don't. They have no lines, nothing to remember. But imagine you don't hit your mark. It's like, goddamn. Them doing like a can at the end of it. And then that would have been nice to see. Oh my God. I would love to see that. Okay, so it goes on and on and on about everything. I'm just going to skip a couple of parts. Okay, beyond its novelty, the show sparks a bigger question. In an age where machines increasingly mediate human relationships, what does it mean to watch machines embody our archetypal love story? Is it satire? Is it prophecy? Is it good fun? The production doesn't provide easy answers, but the production's co-director stated, it reveals its irony. 2 star-crossed lovers doomed by family conflict, reborn as trucks grinding gears in a quarry. So that's my story.
Well, thank you for sharing that for
You're
our
welcome.
Estonia campers, which quite possibly our largest camper base.
No, it could be. Who knows?
You don't know.
I loved
Analytically, we
that.
do know it's not true. but-
I think they got to do Boop with motorcycles.
Boop.
You know, the classic Betty Boop on her motorcycle. Like, I've seen that a million times. I'd
Oh
love
my
to see it.
God. If Boop is traveling to a city near you, if that goes on tour, go see it. That was so good.
I don't think they're doing it anymore. I think it got canceled.
Stop it. I'm so sad. Go see live
Sorry.
theater, everybody, please.
Support the actors or the trucks. Who knows?
The actors are like, not the trucks replacing us. Anyway, speaking of trucks, I have a story about a truck.
Is it really?
It's true. That's not crazy. We did not discuss our articles. It's kind of
Wow.
related.
Okay.
I'm going to save the article title for the end.
All right.
So Richard Guilford remembers Christmas 2014 like it was yesterday because it was when the now retired Ford Motor Company assembly plant worker lost his wallet on the job and grew to accept he wouldn't see it again.
Oh my God, it's Ford too. That's so Juliet.
He didn't, at least not for more than a decade. So Guilford, 56, lives in Petersburg, Michigan. He retired from Ford in January of 2024, but in 2014, he was repairing the electrical system of a vehicle at Michigan Assembly Plant in Wayne when, unbeknownst to him, his wallet slipped out of his shirt pocket, landing amid the transmission system of a red 2015 Ford Edge SUV.
Okay, so transmission system, is that in the hood?
It's in the hood.
Okay.
Yeah, so his wallet fell out of his pocket and into the hood of the car. The wallet would end up going on a 151,000-mile odyssey across multiple states before a mechanic in Minnesota last month discovered that the obstacle that was preventing him from putting the vehicle's airbox back into place was a man's leather wallet.
Oh, so it must have like fallen down in there. Like it's not just sitting on the top.
Yeah, no, it was like in the gear.
In the carburetor and the muffler.
So Richard Guilford said that he got a message in the middle of the night with a picture that said, "Did you lose your wallet years ago? LOL, I found it. It was in the engine of a car. It's in Minnesota." Guilford told Detroit Free Press, part of the USA Today network, for 11 years that wallet was riding on top of the transmission held in by the airbox.
So this guy just texted him. He's like, LOL, found your wallet.
Literally. So just how did the wallet disappear in the first place is quite a tale.
Well, fell out of his pocket.
So Guilford said he worked 35 years for Ford in various plants, and his expertise centered on electrical. So in 2014, his job was to make heavy electrical repairs in the garage area at the assembly line. Oh my God. The assembly line. And didn't like Ford invent the assembly line?
Yeah, the Ford Model T. The T model Ford.
He also invented the
Ford model.
What was it? The 40-hour work week? Boo.
Boo.
So that means the cars came in on the assembly line. If there was like an issue with the wires from the initial assembly, they would go to like the doctors. And he was like the electrical doctor. He's like, why is this one not working? It's brand new. So he'd like fix like the little repairs before they went out to the dealerships.
Right.
So Guilford said his team was excellent at their job and they would like work all in different plants. But the week before Christmas 2014, he said about 2,500 vehicles came into his plant from other facilities to specifically be looked at by his team because they were so good at it. So one day, Guilford did something unusual and he put his wallet in his shirt pocket because his pants didn't have pockets. They were sweatpants.
He was wearing, oh, no, you can't do that.
It was the week before Christmas. He was being lazy.
And I got it, but you need pockets when you're a handyman. You just need some places to put things.
Well, that would prove to be a mistake, like you said. So he said he was on the floor harness underneath that particular car, and he remembers the car because it was shortly after that vehicle that he noticed that his wallet was gone.
Oh.
So he's like, I told my buddy, David Schmidt, who worked at my plant, hey, Schmitty, my wallet's missing. So everyone starts freaking out. Like, everyone's anxiety is increasing. They're like, oh my God, there's a wallet lost in a brand new vehicle, like they're gonna get in trouble. He's like, there's only $15 in it in cash, but he had a ton of gift cards for Cabela in there that he was supposed to use for Christmas gifts.
Oh no.
So he's like freaking out. They're looking under all the hoods of the cars. They're going underneath the cars, and he's the overnight shift. So when the day people come in, they start helping too. So it becomes like a giant manhunt. They're trying to search 25.
Oh my God, and now he can't buy the Christmas shoes for his wife, her Christmas rod at Cabela's.
They never found it, and the car was shipped to Arizona. First, where it was bought by a person who owns it now and lived in Lake Crystal, Minnesota, which is about 95 miles south of Minneapolis, where the car was fixed at. So that's where Chad Volk, who opened LC Car Care in Lake Crystal in 2018, became well acquainted with the 2015 Edge. He told the Detroit Free Press he had done various maintenance on the Ford Edge for years. So he had this guy who found the wallet knew this car well because it came in a bunch. So in late June, while replacing the SUV's cooling fan, Volk discovered the car's secrets. He had pulled out the airbox, something he had done several times before on the same car, only this time it wouldn't slide back into place. So Volk looked closer to investigate and saw the wallet sitting on top of the transmission. He goes, I was surprised. You find stuff all the time, usually tools. I look through it and I see a Ford Motor Company badge, like an employee badge, and I thought I was going to try to find this guy and see if I can get it back to him. So he goes on Facebook. He finds the guy pretty easily. He worked for Ford, same name, same town still. So it was pretty easy. And he was like, did you lose this wallet? I found it in the car. He's like, there's $15 in it. And the guy was like, you can have it. Can you just get my wallet back? And he's like, I don't need the money. So he walked down to the post office, which is 3 doors down from his shop. And for $10.80, he mailed the wallet back to Guilford.
Oh, yay.
So he's like, the funny thing is literally, I had that airbox out of the car a couple weeks before that and didn't see it. My guess it was jammed somewhere else and fell to the right spot because an inch one way or the other, it would have been on the ground and no one would ever have found it. So Volk said he had been a longtime friend with the 88-year-old man who owned the Edge, which had 151,000 miles on it. The man died the day after Volk found the wallet.
Oh my God, it was literally holding his lifeline. Oh my God, I can't believe that. I don't know why that
not the guy who owned the wallet, but the guy who owned the car.
I know.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Why do I have goosebumps from that?
But he never got to tell the guy about this crazy story. But he told the family, because the family now has the car, and they're like, oh, that's amazing. That's incredible.
Well, also, he probably wouldn't have cared that much, but I feel like we just went on this whole journey. So I'm really deeply connected to it.
He drove that car for 151,000 miles for 11 years, and that wallet stayed where it was from the facility.
And honestly, it is really the experiment on the audience. Audience out there, are you feeling the emotion that is being evoked by this truck?
Yeah. Well, Volk said it never occurred to him to keep the wallet or to toss it. And as a result of his goodwill gesture and the publicity he's received from local media about returning the wallet, he's won a new customer. Volk said a man drove down several miles to Volk's shop to have Volk service this man's classic car. He said he trusted me. I got new followers on Facebook and other people too. So
good press.
He got good press, and Guilford said everything's in there. He's like, nothing was damaged. He's like, some of the edges of the wallet are crisp. The money's in perfect tact. He's like, it never got wet because of where it was. It just got really hot.
And probably stinky. It probably smells.
And then Cabela said, no worries, we'll reissue some new gift cards. So the gift cards were still in there.
Bella, quite compella.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, the pictures are pretty cool because it's like a little relic in time. This Ford Edge was kind of like a time capsule.
Wow. Can't believe that.
And the title of that article was Retired Ford Worker Wallet Returned After 11 Years Stuck in the Engine, USA Today, by Jamie L. LaReau. Grab your bug juice and bear spray, campers. It's time to pack it up and take a hike.
Welcome back to Take a Hike. This is the part of the show where we bitch a little and we tell something to take a hike. So, oh my God, this is such a drive-heavy episode. I didn't even plan on this. But what I'm telling to take a hike is a classic roundabout. Or a rotary, as some people call it, over in Europe.
I kind of love them.
You do?
Yeah, I think it's just like when you come to a rotary, it's like, whoa, not nature's lollipop.
It kind of is nature's lifesaver.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, whoa, here we go. Put your hands up.
No, okay.
Put your paws up, little monsters.
I don't know about you campers, but I have never approached a roundabout with confidence. My brake remains untouched. If I am at a roundabout, it is not by my choice. And everybody else just needs to look out for me because I'm just kind of winging this whole thing. And my iced coffee is spilling out of its lid because I'm just whipping it. I missed my exit because if I'm listening to GPS, it says, take the second exit on the right. And I'm like, okay, well, is that this one? Because is this entrance that's merging in here? That doesn't count. So it's the next one. But then no, it actually was that one that I thought it wasn't. So then I got to go around again. Now I'm dizzy. And if you know something about if you drive 3 times around a roundabout, it's never been done before, by the way, but it will open a portal to hell. And maybe that's what happened in 2020. And maybe that's why we're here.
I think you need to look in the mirror and say, I have a hard time behind the wheel. I think you struggle driving cars. I think you struggle with, I think you understand how to drive a car.
Thank you.
I think what you struggle with is that it's unpredictable and you can't control the people around you. And I think your reaction to people merging, people braking, I think it kind of makes you nervous. I think you overreact. I think you drive a little slow.
I overreact. Okay, so I jumped in the car to drive halfway to Gab's bachelorette party. And
Jonathan, another example of you
I haven't
scaring
even
the
merged
fuck
on the
out of me.
highway yet. And I've had 3 different people honking at me for 3 different reasons.
I drove 5
I
hours.
wasn't in the wrong, by the way.
I drove 5 hours back by myself and you offered to drive and I thought to myself, I would rather know that I'm safe.
I didn't hit anything.
No, but the way that you were on the road I drove 3 hours in the morning. We left at 6 a.m. I drove all the way to like 9:30 and I was like, take over. I was like, we have 2 hours left. Can you do the last of it? And within the first 5 minutes, you had people honking, you were swerving, you were slamming the brakes. And I was like, I was like, he's fucking with me. He's fucking with me. I swear you drive bad so that we can perpetuate me always driving. Because you scare me.
No, and also somebody tapped their brakes like 100 meters ahead. They were so far. And my foot shifted to the brake and I gently applied the brake and you were freaking out.
The high was at a dead standstill and you were cruising at a sea of red lights at 65 miles an hour. I was like, start braking whenever you feel like it.
I'm not getting into this because that is a falsehood.
You didn't get into it, but you brought it up.
Oh my God, wait, I was driving back from getting my haircut today. Hello. My hair is growing in really nicely. Thank you so much.
First haircut since your hair transplant.
Yeah, because I only got one touch up.
Yeah.
That's why my hair was just getting out of control. And I was like, okay,
Looks great, babe.
We can do this. Now I can box diet. I'm not going to, but I could if I wanted to.
Oh, I don't like that.
So I'm driving back from getting my hair cut. I got Jersey Mike's as well. That's not related, but it was in the car. I got Zach his favorite, Mike's Way. And the car in front of me had around its license plate a giant sign. I took a picture of it, so I'll put it here. I'll put it on the Instagram. And it said, semi-automated, keep 100 feet back or stay back 100 feet, something like that. First off, that's really far. 100 feet.
I don't know how far it is, but that's far.
I know, but then when I was using GPS and it was like in 100 feet turn right, I was like, that's how far this car wants me to stay. Also put it in bigger text if you want somebody to stay back.
What does
there's
that
that.
mean?
And it's what is semi-automated? Because I was trying to look at the driver. He had his hands on the 10 and the 2. I don't know what that's about. I've never seen anything like that before. And it looked like he had put it on the back of his car. So does that mean it's, what is it called when it's half electric, half gas?
Hybrid.
That's not that. No.
Half
what is
electric,
semi-automatic?
Half electric, half gas is hybrid.
It's hybrid. No, I know. And now I realize.
A semi-automatic rifle is a gun.
Okay. Well, we just got flagged on YouTube, so there's that.
Oh, God.
What are you telling to take a hike, baby doll?
It is related to the trip, and it's when there's 11 people in a house, but only 3 bathrooms.
Wow. We only had access to 2.
I know.
The other one was hidden. They wouldn't tell us where it was.
No, it was in someone else's room, and I was going to be like, yoo-hoo, diarrhea. I just like hate anytime I'm in an environment with a shared bathroom for an extended stay.
We had a camper who had written in like a couple weeks ago with this issue.
Yeah, it's like when there is mixed company in the space and you got to do your little woohoo boohoo. It's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I am not poop shy. I'm the complete reverse. But what I am shy about is when I open that door.
And you should be. And you should be.
Because someone is insane. Someone's already there. One of our keyboard warriors is in the comments right now saying poopery, poopery. Now, I know that may work for the average bowel, but for me, it's a Band-Aid on a bullet hole. It's like, now I'm smelling lemon fresh with sewage brown. And like, it kind of helps, but like not really. And I'm not trying to like shit on the poopery formula, but for some of us, it's not a solution. It's just kind of a little blanket.
It's a spritzer.
Like it makes me feel like I'm trying something. My sister blew up my bathroom here while you were on the first bachelor party
pregnancy
trip.
poops.
Yeah, she had pregnancy poops, and she she forgot that you're supposed to do poopery before, not after. So
you have to create the oil barrier.
I was like, Helen, now it just smells like both. And she was like laughing her ass off. And I just
hate you said that.
The anxiety that kind of follows me on an Airbnb trip when I have to poop, I don't like that feeling. It's meant to take a hike.
Well, much like the last bachelor trip, if you guys listened to the last episode, this one I was also constipated, so I didn't poop at all. 4 days.
Why don't you poop?
I don't know. Does that not my stomach being a paid actor?
My stomach's going crazy too. It's the Jersey Mike's.
Is it the Jersey Mike's? I got the Parmesan urban chicken.
The urban chicken?
The Parmesan herb. What is it called?
The bread?
Yeah.
You can't just tell campers you're having chicken. I know you're joking. They don't get it.
No, I'm not. Camp counselors will be right back after these short messages. This ad is brought to you by Viiv Healthcare, the makers of Apretude, cabotegravir. You never skip your SPF, and you carry hand sanitizer like an accessory. But what are you doing for HIV prevention? One way to help protect yourself from HIV is Apretude, a prescription medicine used to reduce the risk of getting HIV in adults and adolescents weighing at least 77 pounds. You must be HIV negative to receive Apretude and get tested before each injection. If you think you were exposed to HIV or have flu-like symptoms, tell your doctor right away. More HIV testing may be needed. Apretude does not prevent other sexually transmitted infections. Practice safer sex to reduce your risk. Get Apretude as scheduled. Missing doses increases your HIV risk. Don't take Apretude if allergic to it or taking certain medicines that may interact. Tell your doctor about your medical conditions, liver problems, and mental health. Serious side effects include allergic reactions or rash, liver problems, and depression. If these occur, get medical help right away. The most common side effect is injection site reaction. Bring your A game and talk to your doctor. Learn more at apretude.com or call 1-888-240-0340.
Just when you thought summer couldn't get any hotter, Pluto TV is turning up the heat with thousands of free movies. Presenting Summer of Cinema. Stream your favorite blockbuster films like Gladiator,
I will have my vengeance.
Good Burger,
This is what I call fast food.
Beverly Hills Cop, The Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, and Julie and Julia.
Bon appetit.
All for free on your favorite devices. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
And now, back to the show.
Do you think the new counselor likes the top bunk or the bottom bunk? Over.
Either way, I'm giving them my boondoggle keychain. Over.
Welcome back to Camper Crush of the Week. I'm feeling lovey. I'm feeling dovey. Jonathan, who are you loving this week? Who's getting your Camper Crush of the Week medal?
Truly a semi-automatic episode. Campers, if you're listening to this when you're driving, how does it feel to be so full circle here on episode 150?
Oh my God, so roundabout.
So, I should have made my camp song Roundabout.
Rotary.
I simply cannot. So what I am crushing on this week, which I actually had written before we even did the bachelorette trip, because this experience happened to me before, but it also happened to me on this very day about 2 hours ago on the dot. When you pull up to your final destination,
Without totaling the car?
throw it in park, and the song ends.
Oh, now that's sweet, sweet closure.
That's actually happened to me a couple times this week, and it was like, no pun intended, I did not even like try to make it happen for myself. But that for me is the universe telling me like, you have reached your destination and you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And where it happened today was Jersey Mike's. My stomach is telling me otherwise. But the universe earlier said that, baby, get that hoagie. And so I did. And the song that I was listening to is my camp song. So if my voice is a little bit hoarse, you'll learn why. Momentarily. But I think, humans love closure, and this gives great closure. It's also like, I'm not skipping a song, I'm not nexting a song, I'm not listening to a song halfway, unplugging it, and then not revisiting the song until days later, So there's no waste. It's zero waste. I'm closing my carbon footprint. So not to say that I'm better than you, but you can make that decision yourself. But it feels so bitchin'. And then you get out of your car and it's like,
How did you walk in?
Oh, like a bitch. You walk like a bitch. When I was 10, someone said that.
Oh, make that country. I like
No,
that.
I did. I had to walk back to the mailbox. But see, if I would have stopped at the mailbox, we would have had a different outcome.
Yeah, I like that. I picture you walking in with your luscious hips swaying from left to right, swiping the hair out of your eyes, taking your sunglasses off and saying, "Hey Jersey, hey Mike, I'm ready to order."
I'm here for mobile pickup, baby, because I don't want to talk to you in person. And that's what I did. But yeah, that's my camp crush.
Oh, I
and
can't wait
love
to
it.
find out in the next segment what song it was.
Yeah. And one thing about me is if that occurs to me, I will be making a verbal comment, whether someone's in the passenger seat or not. I'm going to say under my breath, perfect timing, and carry about my day.
Mm.
So campers, I hope you're all blessed with that at some point this week. What are you crushing on?
I am crushing on water shoes.
Ooh.
But only, there's a caveat here. Water shoes when they're used for its appropriate use.
So not a wedding.
Yeah. Unless it's a scuba diving wedding.
Or it could be the wedding from Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh my God, they needed them walking down that aisle.
They said there was water everywhere.
Water everywhere in that church. No, I think like water shoes in a lake are really a smart invention. No one wants to step on those swampy, dirty rocks and shells. And I think that was a really smart play in the foot podiatry community to create those. So specifically at a beach, I think it's smart. It's safe for the little kids. I like the idea of protecting the feet from sharp objects and slipperiness in the water. However, when I see, I don't want to be negative, but when I see these out at the local grocer
Mhm.
and the little tootsies are like separated by the little, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that. I totally agree. I completely understand what you're saying. At the shore house, when I was little, I would always borrow Mark's shoes because I did not like touching the bottom of the ocean at the Jersey Shore where I could not see it. It freaked me out. My imagination station has left the building, and I just go straight to like piranhas, poisonous crab pinchers.
Did your mom put you in a swim shirt?
No, all too often, I put myself in a swim shirt.
Like I'm not talking about like a t-shirt in the ocean. I'm talking about those like little kid swim shirts that you buy for like to protect the skin.
No.
Oh, I just picture you in those.
Thank you.
You just give swim shirt and nothing to
Not
do
my
with
man. You can't picture me shirtless. You just have to put me in a swim shirt. Perfect.
No, I'm saying as a little kid.
Okay.
Just like the way that you talk about your childhood. Like, you know that that the elephant in Tarzan.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
is this water sanitary?
Like
no, it has E. coli.
That's that little kid. That's like, or like the little octopus in Nemo. Like I inked.
Oh, you
like,
guys made me eat.
Like I feel like that.
Give me another character. I can do them all.
I feel like that was you.
Essentially, it was. Yeah, I was a little bit of a worrywart.
Yeah, so I was like, I'd be like, I need my swim shirt because the ultraviolet rays could affect my skin. And your mom's like, just get in the water, brat.
Get in the water.
That's right. Get in the water.
No, I used to use that the blue sunscreen that would turn white when it's
blue.
Yeah, it was blue because it was like, and it was blueberry flavor scented.
You ate it?
I did only once. I had to test the waters, and it was, I guess, to get kids to like rub it in because it goes blue on your skin, and then if it's still blue, that you can see that your kids didn't rub it in all the way. I think it's a genius invention. They don't use it anymore. I do think there was lead in it.
It's like, who at the factory was like, and a little dash of lead?
They're like, we didn't know. No, you knew. You knew.
You knew. Because like, what was it, like a little vial of lead?
Yeah, just
spoonful
your little
of lead?
spray. It's actually in the poopery spray.
It's probably lead in that.
Probably.
I need lead in mine.
No, you really do.
I need a barrier of lead. What song's been stuck in your head all week? Welcome to Camp Songs.
Welcome back to Camp Songs. This is the part of the show where we tell you what song has been stuck in our head all week. We do have a running playlist with every song we have ever mentioned on this podcast that you can listen to at any given time, day or night, 24 hours a day, 8 days a week. Can you believe that? We'll link that down in the show notes. You know where to get it. Okay, so my song that I'm adding to the playlist that the reason for the season of my hoarse voice that I was screaming in the car is Vodka Cranberry by Conan Gray.
Oh, you were listening to that 6 times in the shower too. I heard you listening to the shower, and then you were getting changed. I was like, oh, he hit repeat.
I said
Okay.
I gotta go back.
He said, I want this on my Spotify. Wow.
No, it's probably going to be, but
I love it too. It's good.
oh my God, it's such a good song. It just came off of his new album. It is just, this song is best listened to in a car, blasting it while going the appropriate speed down a highway. And this was the song that was playing. And when it came to an end, that is when I put it in park. If anybody has that experience, it's something that I really cannot convey. You just have to experience it, like scuba diving or a divorce. So I love this song. Conan Gray, I've been following him for a long time. I know he used to be a YouTuber, and I know you did too. He was a YouTuber, but I don't even remember where he entered the zeitgeist for me or when. He's just always kind of been there, and he's kind of been a side character for me.
He's always been a side character. And that sounds fresh, but I feel like he's never been super mainstream.
Yeah, and I've never been like a Conan head. I loved his one song, Checkmate, in 2020 or right before the pandemic. And then I kind of fell off the Conan boat because I felt like it was a little too bedroom poppy. And I was kind of at that age where I'm like, okay, like I'm okay, but I don't need to listen to Clairo's first album. But he is so talented. And in this song, some of it his voice sounds like Never Shout Never, like Christopher Drew.
It does.
But then he belts out this high note at the end, and it's just, oh my God. Ooh, chills. If you're not emotionally capable of listening to an emotional song, maybe don't. It was co-written by Dan, what was his name? Dan Nigro, who also wrote Driver's License, if that tells you where you need to be mentally if you want to listen to this.
And that's crazy because Olivia Rodrigo's best friend, they're best friends.
And Driver's License.
Oh
it's just,
God.
I gotta get out of this car. Someone pull over. Just joshing.
Next stop, Willoughby.
Next stop, Willoughby.
Do you know what Conan Gray and Olivia Rodrigo's favorite song is?
I'm sure you're gonna tell me.
It is So Hot You're Hurting My Feelings by Caroline Polachek.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, it's the one song they all agree that they wish they would have written.
I was actually thinking about that, listening to a different song. I was like, imagine how hard it would be to be a musician and then hearing a really great song and not being able to enjoy it because all you're thinking about is how you didn't write that song.
That happens to me with certain videos. I go, that's so fucking genius. Why didn't I think of that?
And that's fair because you can scroll past it and not go back to that. But if it's a smash hit on the radio.
That's way worse.
Oh, and then you're watching your favorite movie and it's that's rough.
Or The Role You Never Got as an actor.
The Role You Never Got. Anybody?
It's kind of crazy. I've auditioned so much this spring, didn't get anything. I told John that I said, these movies and shows are going to start coming out, and I'm going to be able to see who got the part I didn't get. It's going to happen. I auditioned for like 10 different things this year, and they were all Netflix and big things.
When they come out, we should tell campers what show it is, where to watch it, and let's give a timestamp so they can like really see if they're curious.
There's a bunch, and I'm like so excited to see when they start actually. I would assume next year, because if they would have, they were all supposed to film this summer. Didn't matter, didn't get them. Yeah. But they'll all come out next year.
Yeah, that'll be really interesting.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take away from what you're saying.
No, that's fine. That was pretty much all I wrote. Something of note that I think is interesting. His music videos for this album, which is called Wishbone, he's using the same male actor as his love interest for every music video that he's doing.
He kiss him really bad.
Probably. That actor's name is Corey Fogelmanis, or I'm probably saying that wrong, but he was on Girl Meets World with Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So check it out. That song again is Vodka Cranberry by Conan Gray. Oh, such a good song. And he looks so cute when he's performing. He's just so adorable. I want to pinch his cheeks and say, you wrote a smash hit. You really, really gripped my heart and threw it on the ground, didn't you? So that's my song.
Cute.
Yeah.
My camp song this week goes out to a new undiscovered artist, Paramore.
Who?
Paramore? They're kind of new. The song that I'm doing this week by Paramore is All I Wanted Was You.
I couldn't try that if I tried.
So the song was written it came out September 29th, 2009. So this was the first month of my freshman year of high school.
Wow, really set the tone.
Paramore has really been with me from the jump of my life. Half of my life I've been listening to Paramore.
That's incredible.
And this was on the brand new Eyes album, the kind of the classic one with the butterfly.
It's locker pop.
Yeah, it's locker pop.
No, it's locker rock.
Oh my God, it's kind of locker pop rock.
No, that's a mouthful.
Oh, wait, so there's something interesting that I like. First of all, I picked this song because I just literally love it. I think it's an absolute smash hit. It stood the test of time, and it really just gets me going. And I heard it on my playlist the other week, and I was like, oh, I want to talk about this on the show. And then a fun part about this segment for me and Jonathan is that when we do this, we get to like just look up random things about the songs, and we like learn so much about music that way. So there's a little bit of tea that comes with this song. So Hayley Williams said on the deluxe version of the album that this this was written about her then boyfriend, the guitarist for New Found Glory, Chad Gilbert. So she was dating him at the time, and he was leaving for tour, and they had just started their relationship. And as a consequence, all of these like sort of insecurities were boiling up for her, and that's what kind of inspired the music. So Hayley began dating New Found Glory lead guitarist Chad Gilbert, though he was already married to Sherry Dupree, the lead singer of the rock band Eisley? E-I-S-L-E-Y. Have you ever heard of that?
I don't think so.
Well, he was married to Sherry Dupree, and she was dating him. That's kind of messy. But they ended up getting engaged. They broke up anyways, and then Hayley got engaged to him years later on Christmas Day 2014. They were married in 2016.
2014 T.
They were married in 2016, and they divorced in 2017. I know. So that was inspired by him. So Paramore fans had to wait a long time before they heard All I Wanted live. It wasn't until the band opened their headlining set at the When We Were Young festival on October 24th, 2022, that they gave the song its live debut.
That is crazy because that was also, did Mia end up going to that?
Mia didn't go because it got rescheduled.
Oh, because remember that was the show that everyone was like, this is a scam. But then it actually wasn't a scam, but it got rained out.
It got wind out.
Wind out.
It was in Las Vegas, if you guys remember, and it was all the pop punk emo kind of bands that all came together, very Warped Tour-esque. And they all came together, and it was like a huge sellout. And they had a lot of logistics with scheduling and stuff like that, but it did end up happening. But isn't that crazy that song came out in 2009 and she didn't perform it for the first time live until 2022? I think because vocally, like,
it's hard. God,
and she's a great singer, but like that could mess up anyone's voice when she screams that. And then she did it, and it was insane. I remember seeing the video and being like, oh, not her obviously being able to do it.
Hayley Williams is so, the way that she has consistently, one, I'm convinced she's a vampire because she still looks the same. And two, like how she hasn't been problematic and does good things for the planet and for people, and is just so talented.
Universally loved.
Still
too.
is. Yeah.
We all like just like love her so much. There's also a really great cover of this song with Billie Eilish and Hayley Williams singing it together. They sing it together. I think it was Billie brought her out on her tour.
Billie brought her out.
But yeah, if you haven't, Billie brought her out.
It sounds like someone from homeroom.
Billie brought her out.
Here.
But yeah, if you haven't heard that song in a while, maybe pop it in the VCR and just enjoy some music. But
that is a good driving song too, to just scream.
Well, I think we're coming to the end of this drive.
Oh, guys, and I hate to put it in park, but I really gotta poop. It's been 4 days.
I wonder if someone's parking as the show's ending.
God damn it. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to be a part of our Monday Trail Mix episodes, you can write us an email at camcounselorspodcast.com or at camcounselorspod@gmail.com.
Yeah, we will see you Monday. We'll see you next week. We'll see you on the road with our fall shows. And with that being said,
lights out, campers.